Welcome back to Avalon and Ninth. Please make sure to subscribe, like, comment, hit the notification bell so you never miss a video. Hey everybody, welcome back to my channel. How are you doing today? Alright, this is my new memory keeping planner. I am using the A5 wide layout from the Penny Pages. So everything fits beautifully and wonderfully. Boxes are the 1.5-inch width and it works amazing. Bottom washi for most kits are a little bit too long for this because EC changed how wide everything was this past year. So whatever. Take a ruler, take your slice tool, slice off of any of the edges. So it's been a while since I've done like a memory spread on here. So I am trying to figure out still, of course, because let's be honest, trying to still figure out how I'm going to utilize each of my planners. I have a lot of kits and I need to use them. I got a lot of kits in my shop that I need to use, and I got a lot of kits from other shops that I need to use. So the only boo-boo I made on this is that oh, by the way, the kit is from Shop Jessica Hearts, and it was inauguration week, so I went ahead and used that kit. But the long bottom washi is supposed to be on the right hand side, short is supposed to be on the left, and so the quote for the bottom washi, which is the presidential oath, is kind of a little backwards. It is what it is. Anyways, I am utilizing a few different planners this year, so I'm still trying to figure out exactly what I want to document in each planner. So there will probably be some a little bit of evolution going on in this whole planner thing as we move along, just so that when I get my groove. At the end of the day, when the world is falling down around you, continue planning, because I'm really sad that I didn't stick to even though I wasn't filming, I am really sad that I didn't stick to laying down my stickers and whatnot. Whoa, that was a hard zoom in. Sorry. When I was trying to zoom in, it didn't want to zoom in. It was trying to close out, and so I guess finally when it realized what I wanted to do, it was fine, I'm here in your face, man. But anyways, so I'm going to kind of keep this as the family planner. So anything that we do as a family, even though I utilize my catch-all planner as something where I'll put kids' activities in, because that is kind of my planner, that's me, what I'm doing. Those are still things that I'm doing with them, but this is going to be things for that the family does together. So that includes when my husband finally gets to visit us. That will include him, but that includes everything for this. And I haven't decided yet if I'm going to pre-plan these spreads out and then add them in and then show it at the end, everything that went through. I haven't decided on that yet, but I do have to get better at documenting some of the things, especially for the kiddos. That is something I definitely need to get better at. So I'm just kind of laying down the bones of this, because she has this little area up top. I'm gonna kind of use that as the main thing that the kids do that day. So for a lot of the times it's gonna say school. That's really what it's gonna be, kind of the school area. Maybe something that happens in school, or whether we took a half day or field trip or whatever it may be. So that's kind of what my thoughts are initially on this, is to utilize this here. So the school time stickers are custom scripts from my shop, and then I went ahead and used these little teacher stickers from Once More with Love to put on the school days, and then I have some the Coffee Monsters Co. no school days, because we had 2 no school days this week, and utilized those down. And basically one of things that for one of the reasons why we didn't have school. So on Tuesday we didn't end up having school because we needed to focus on the house, and then Wednesday was a catch-up day for everything else. partly because this last weekend I had to do some home maintenance stuff, so needed some time. Balance is a very interesting thing, and that is something that I'm probably going to talk about a lot this year, is figuring out balance. Especially with my husband being gone, running a business, having 4 kids that I'm homeschooling, finding that balance between everything is probably going to be a topic of conversation I talk about a lot here on this channel. So starting with Monday, I went ahead and I put down this quarter box, and it was a pickup house day. Like I said, we picked up house a lot this week just because we didn't get a chance to do it on the weekend because of the home maintenance things that were having to happen. And I go over those home maintenance things that happened that last week during one of those other videos. So I'm in my trusty dusty squeaky chair that's here. So I pardon for all the squeaking because I like to move around when I am doing these voiceovers. Use the sticker from Happy Dia to mark that. Glitter header, full box glitter header. And then I had this quarter box, and the kids got 2 versions of Just Dance for Christmas, and we have regular dance battles that go on. They're absolutely fun and amazing. And in fact, today when I'm doing this voiceover, we are having another dance battle today. We put my husband on FaceTime, prop him up against there, and we do double eliminations and see who wins. So it's fun. So that little sticker there for the dance battle was from Joy of Planning. And then that evening we did eat out. Like I said, on Tuesday, one of the reasons why we didn't have school is because we needed to focus on the house. And more so, it wasn't just like me having to focus on the house. Like I had to help the kids with things. We had to focus on areas that required multiple hands of everybody. So it was, I guess, in a sense, for my middle schoolers, it was home ec day. Like learning how to take care of a house and making sure that things, go right. So full box up at the top. I'm kind of keeping to my normal way of doing things that I do in like my regular planner with how I, stagger the boxes. So it seems to be my comfort area. So yeah. And then I did have to run quite a few errands that day, like grocery shopping, picking up groceries, running to the post office, things like that. And we didn't have any activities that night. Not that I wrote down. I don't think we had any activities that night. No, we didn't. I opted to not do any activities on Monday and Tuesday. That's right. It was a late night of working for me, but that also meant the kids were up late that night too, because if I'm not going to bed, they're like, why do I have to go to bed? I don't understand. But my kids have been very much like, if everybody else is up, we're up too. And that's very, very annoying as a parent. Sometimes I'm just like, go to sleep. I want to be alone. It's definitely one of those things. And it was definitely a yo-yo night that night. So each kid got to pick their own thing that they wanted to eat that night. Moving on to Wednesday, put the full box down there, and then I layered the inauguration day foil sticker over that and moved to the top. It was definitely a catch-up day in a lot of ways. So I did put no school because 3 of the kids did no school, but my oldest, he actually did do some school. He had some catching up from his final books that he had to finish before he was able to move on. So he had moved on to his next books on Monday, but we had, he had to finish some outstanding projects from the previous books he was working on. So no school for the kids, but it was a catch-up day for him. Still picking up house. We have a fairly large house. And we talk about this quite frequently, my husband and I, that while it's nice to have that much room, the layout is very not functional at all, and it is a little too big for us, I would say. So when it comes time, who's pulling up to my house? I hear a truck. My goodness. Anyways, so when it comes to cleaning time, and picking up house in massive amounts, we spread those across a few days. That's kind of how I enjoy my cleaning time. Instead of spending one full day doing all the cleaning. I spread it out as much as possible, and then we do like deep cleaning on like Saturdays. Uh, Little girl had dance that evening, and then I took the kids to evening activities that night. Moving on to Thursday, they'd all had school, and we had lots of whining, of course. Kids always whine when it's time for school. And really, honestly, the whining didn't happen from the youngest once she got started, but definitely number three. He tries to work it so he doesn't have to do it. And I'm like, sorry, dude, you got to do it. And I'm like, you can whine and cry all you want, but at the end of the day, you're only punishing yourself. So, yeah. So we had lots of whining, and that does translate into Friday, but that's not what we're talking about right now. Opted to not have my second uh, oldest go to Taekwondo that night. He is battling some like seasonal allergies going on here, and just opted to just keep him away so that he wasn't having to, you know, I mean, you sneeze during seasonal allergies and his eyes are watering, and it's just not the time. So kept him away. Other kids went to Taekwondo, and Little Miss had dance that night. So, and then I put the Taekwondo down there for my other child to go. Friday, there was less whining in school, but there's still a lot of whining. But I went ahead and I put the full box down there because I do have a double box for the weekend. I didn't say that there was no whining. There was just less whining. And the whining still came from number three. He did not want to write sentences. So I was talking with Caitlin that day, and she was like, hey, how did my kid get there? So this is not just something that, you're dealing with on your own. All kids whine, and apparently it has something to do with writing sentences. Don't know why that's such a big deal, because sentences are not that hard. Here's your word, use it in a sentence. I don't want to think. I don't care, use your brain. So that evening we had a movie night. Used a little sticker from the Penny Pages, which is also the planner that I'm using. But it had been a while since I had had a movie night with the kids. So I was like, you know what? We're going to go grab some burgers. We're going to eat at the dinner table, and then we're going to sit down and we're going to watch watch a family as a movie. That's what I was going to say. Wow. Watch a movie as a family. And they were all excited for that. So we did watch a movie that we've all seen before, but it's, it's always nice when you grow older to watch movies you watched when you were younger, because then you start to see different things. So I've watched this movie a million times and I love it every time. We ended up watching Night at the Museum. And then that day, it was a really nice day outside. We've been having a lot of rain. So it was a nice day outside. So all of the kids went outside and enjoyed some outdoor time and played with the dogs out there and got their shoes muddy because, like I said, it's been raining, but, hey, it was nice outside. So, and used a little sticker from the Coffee Monsters Co. On to the weekend, I end up putting that double box down. That little dragon sticker that you see up at the top is a hand-drawn sticker from my shop. It is what I use to mark my boys' days when they do Dungeons and Dragons. They have a friend that is over in England, and they Zoom every Saturday for about 5-6 hours and do Dungeons and Dragons with our whole group, which I think is an amazing way to stay in touch and keep those friendships going. So thank you, technology. Kids had morning chores that they had to do, so I used a sticker from Joy of Planning again to mark that, and it really was the kids doing chores that day while I was doing all of my filming, but I don't do this. And then that evening I ended up going out over to a friend's house with a couple of other friends and having just chit-chatting with them, and so that meant that the kids cooked that night, so they got their dinners ready and all of that stuff. Moving on to Sunday, I have this area right here, and I'm just going to hurry and lay down these stickers because I know exactly what I'm going to put in each one, but I want to make sure that I'm not spacing things in correctly. So I just go ahead and I put everything down and write down. First, I'm taking a look real quick, like, do I need a sticker for this or not. And of course, I need a sticker for this. We end up sleeping in on Sundays. So, not always do I sleep in on Sundays. Sometimes the kids sleep in on Sundays, but I definitely needed the sleeping in on a Sunday. And then we had our dance battle that evening, had to work on next week prep. So next week prep includes everything from getting clothes ready to anything we need food wise, lesson planning, all of that. And then because it's Sunday and we need to start Monday off right, it is an early to bed. I tried to get early to bed. I mark it early to bed, but does that mean that anybody falls asleep early? No, it does not. And that sticker is from Pumpkin Paper Co. And then I struggled. What the heck do I do in this sidebar? And I leave it blank. So that is actually what I have for this week. Like I said, I'm sitting here struggling, like, what am I going to put in the sidebar? And I really don't know whatever I'm going to put in the sidebar. Like I said, this is a little bit of an evolution process to figure out what is going on. But that's what I have. We'll see you next time. Bye, guys.